little bit of a tour of everything going on today. I've got some family back from overseas that have come for a visit, so I've got everything out of the shed and sort of set up a little bit of a half-by display for them to have a look at. So start off, obviously, Big Chief there. Pretty cool. Over on this other side here, you've seen these running before. This is the Scammell pump. Got it set up into and out of this barrel of water. So I just got a 19mm internal piece of clear tubing just to return the water back into there for now, because I've also got the long canvas hose. It's only a 45, but I'm using it as a delivery, and I can swap that over to the outlet on the Scammell. Runs all the way down around and into the inlet of the Climax pump. So I've also been feeding water just from my garden hose like I set up, coming down from upstairs. Had the Climax pump running, then I swapped over to feed from the Scammell pump into this, and then I swapped that return line that's long enough to reach over here into one of those outlets, so I'm not wasting water. It's just sort of going round and round in circles. Did find this Climax pump had a lot of pressure, made the hose jump out of the barrel, so yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's what we've got set up out here outside. Coming in through the door, got the pump cabinet. I won't turn my camera sideways to try and get back a little bit so you can see it. But yeah, got the pump cabinet there. This is an interesting little piece. It's a Como, hopefully that'll focus on there, Como lubricator, apparently from Model T Fords. It's an upper cylinder lubricator, oil drip feeder. Sitting up on here there's a borer. It's called a SAM borer, PTO driven off a tractor, I guess, with the screw-in handles on the sides that could go into a longer bar onto a 3-point linkage or something like that. And the latest little project up here was the bomb winch, US Navy bomb hoist. Scotty did an awesome job on this extension bar for the end with the pulley in here. So I'm obviously not planning on lifting anything. It's just got some screws into the wooden beam above in the ceiling there, but it's just up there for display. I did have it hanging in the doorway, but I don't want to bang my head, and I just added on the hook underneath here just to hold the cable back out of the road. Across here we've still got the Howard and the Wisconsin engines. I'm sitting on the shelf. The Howard runs really smooth and nicely. The Wisconsin, yeah, not so much. Pile of junk in the corner there. There's an old gearbox under there that I plan on using for something at some stage. Hanging on the back wall, got our fire extinguisher display. And just sitting down here is the Morrison reel mower. Got the cylinder head taken off that, hasn't been running so great. Got the blades all sharpened up and got it running nice and smooth, and then all of a sudden it started fouling the plugs and not liking me very much, so a bit of work to do on that. Up on the wall here, the tandem discs and the little plough blade. Everything else is still sitting up here ready to go. I have got the sickle bar mower taken out just because I've got family coming and I want to show them what all of this stuff looks like and how it's supposed to work. I've got the sickle bar sitting on the front of the Atom. I haven't hooked up the PTO drive to it. This arm folds back and bolts in there with the PTO drive. But yeah, I've just got it on there for now. Still a couple of rags in here just to catch any little fuel drips and oil drips. So runs and starts. Probably get everything started up a little bit later on and show them. Plough blades sitting on the back of it. I know you'd never run the mower and the plough together, but you know, it's just sitting there. So that plough's turned out really cool. It's got this little bit of play in the swivel there. So it's pretty neat. Weight bars and stuff on the ground down here. A couple of old standpipes from fire hydrants. There's actually the hydrants, the old ball type hydrants are on the bottom, the screw down, and there's a water main valve there as well. So, well, that's more of a modern hydrant. Sorry. What else do we have over on this table here? As I came in, there's the 1939 compressor. That's still running. I just had that plugged in before. Holds its pressure, does what it's supposed to for its age. It's pretty cool. Around on this side here we have the Duco jack. Winding that up and down. Bit of fun. Also acquired another small jack here, which is a, I'll turn it around sideways if we can see the side of that, Harvey Frost & Co. It's a Type 7. So that's a neat little piece that I got from Barry down the road. And an old ring filer. So yeah, these sort of, not many people know what they are or what they're used for, but for gapping piston rings, this is a pretty old beast. Sort of, there are plenty of them around. It's not really an antique or worth, you know, anything or worth selling or trying to do up. And this is just that brace that I use for the Duco jack. On the floor down here, we've still got Mr. Kohler, still working on that. Seem to get it running and it idles nice and smooth, but then it will only run on choke and half choke, so I think I've still got some old fuel or some little bits and pieces floating around in the fuel pump that I've got to actually take the fuel pump apart and get rid of any bits of perished rubber. I might even replace that fuel hose in case there's bits coming off in there. That's still the bit that came on it, so probably dried and perishing, not really sure. At any rate, I just seem to keep clogging up the jets. And then this last little bit to show you down here is a little JAP engine. This was a really cool scrap bin find. A friend of mine was actually looking and keeping an eye out just for fuel tanks, because I needed fuel tanks for the Howard and the Wisconsin. Thought I could just grab this one and take the fuel tank off it to use, and as it turns out, first pull she started and ran, and it's a really smooth, nice little engine. Jumps around a wee bit, but you know, if I bolt it down to a bit of wood or peg it to the ground somehow. So yeah, there we go. There's just a little bit of an overview of everything that I've got going on, bits and pieces. Hopefully we'll get to the Farming Like Grandad event. It's coming up at the very end of January, start of February this year. Missed out last year because of COVID, but yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to get things spread out a little bit in here and have a look around and display it, and I guess with the family back to show off a little bit and, you know, let them see what I've been up to. So yeah, there we go. Hope you enjoyed this. Only a short video. I'm not even going to bother editing this. I'll just put a little bit of a music at the start and the end, and that'll be that. I don't think I'm going to start and run these in this video. Just get things out later on and show the family and get things fired up. So cool. Thanks for watching. See you next time.